Okay, people, let's get to today's list. I'll read the summaries out loud and then we can discuss as per usual. Sound okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
The client is a 45-year-old female dependent adult who lives with their parents, and the allegation is mental suffering, psychological abuse. The parents share guardianship, and they're constantly fighting about decisions being made for their daughter.
Oh boy, here we go again. Sounds like parents are trying to use APS to give them some power.
Well, hang on a second. Is that all that there is to the report?
No, there's more. There is a history of making reports to APS about each other, saying the other one is taking care of the client. The RP says that the client comes to the day program in dirty clothes and the lunch she brings is often minimal, just like a sandwich, nothing to drink or snacks or anything. You know what? You're probably right, Ashley. We have seen this before.
Mental suffering. Give me a break. This is criminal neglect. The client doesn't have enough food or anything to drink during the day, and the client's hygiene is poor. These are big red flags in my book. And what's the deal with these parents and so-called guardians? Unbelievable.
Slow your roll, Mr. Just read the APS statutes. You're not used to hearing these types of situations with adults. I wouldn't say this is criminal neglect.
Well, maybe we should all look at the statutes again. But seriously, why don't you think this is a big deal?
Honestly, I'm not even sure that this is an APS report. The client is a regional center client and there's no evidence of abuse in the home. The client just comes to the day program a little disheveled with not a lot of food.
Really? Wow, it sounds pretty bad to me.
We're not saying it's not a bad situation, but we don't have the same backing as you might be used to in children's.
Look, I call it as I see it. Maybe you all don't see it because you're desensitized to it. Sorry, but you all have been doing this a long time.
That's not okay for you to say, Nico. You don't know the work that we have done, and you just don't get it. We have way fewer resources and backing in these cases.
That is true, but you don't know the work I have done either.
Oh, believe me, we know your type. Got tired of dealing with the parents and want to come over here and tell us how it was done in children's. Working those types of investigations doesn't mean you really know APS investigations.
Listen, I get it. You may have had some bad experiences with people from my side, but I'm not them and I'm here to help people, just like I did at children's.
You sure it even needs to be assigned for an investigation? Couldn't we just call the regional center and day program so that they can address it with the parents or guardians?
Well, we could consider that. In previous APS cases, the parents are problematic. Once a social worker gets involved, they blow up their phone and email.
If I may ask, what were the findings in previous cases? Were the allegations similar?
Nico, everyone got a list of the reports we were going to review before coming to the meeting.
We all review and research the reports before the meeting because we don't have time in this meeting to review every case history. Maybe in children's you had an assistant prep you for meetings with case histories, but that doesn't happen here.
Hey everyone, we're here to talk about the reports and we seem to have gotten off topic, so let's get back to the case. Whose unit is it going to?
Well, since he's all up in arms about it, I suggest Nico's unit.
What do you mean? Can you clarify why it should go to Nico's unit?
Well, if Nico thinks it's this big neglect case, then his unit should get it.
I get that, but because we don't have specialized units like some others do, the practice in our program is that any APS caseworker can be assigned to any type of case or abuse allegation. It's just not right to say that it should go to Nico's unit. He just took the last 4 cases.
But what's one more?
Team, I'm not feeling comfortable with the comments being made, and I imagine Nico isn't either. It's hard coming into a new program, especially when we've all worked together for a really long time. Can we pause and think about how some of this is impacting Nico?
Thanks, Julie. Like I said, I understand there may be bad impressions or experiences with those of us who have come over, but I'm not the bad guy. I wanted this job because I wanted to still help vulnerable people intervene to prevent or stop abuse and neglect.
Well, you have been pretty patient with us and you ask good questions.
Agree. For our next meeting next week, let's not let these biases we've had creep into our case discussions. If we do start to go down that path again, let's say we're all APS supervisors, and that will be the clue to stop. Does that work for everyone?
Sounds good.
I could do
I
that.
like that.
APS, Day 2, Raven, take 36.